The Pokemon TCG Pitch Black set is going to be releasing on the 17th of July, so we're getting closer to that release. And what we're going to be looking at in today's video is whether or not you should be buying that set as a collector and as an investor. What up? Welcome back to Pokeching. Hope you guys are all doing well. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at the Japanese version of this set, which is called Abyss Eye, which is pretty much a one-for-one copy of what we're going to be getting in English. Maybe an illustration rare will become a promo in the ETBs in English, but other than that, most of the set is going to be pretty much the same thing. So we're going to be diving into this, looking at the cards, the set overall, trying to get a feel for it, and taking a look at the cards inside, the artworks, some of the chase cards, talking about whether or not it's worth opening, whether it's worth collecting, whether it's worth investing in, or should you be putting your money elsewhere? Are there other things that are maybe more worthwhile at the moment at the current prices? So let's get into it, guys. So right here I have Abyss Eye on collector as always. So we're going to be just going through this set, kind of taking our time with it, looking at the cards. So we do have, you know, the grass type, so it's a very small set. It's only 81 cards for the main set. Obviously we have illustration rares, full arts, SIRs, and mega hyper rares, or whatever they call those. So we do have those that count beyond 81 cards, obviously. So here we have the cards. Just going to kind of look over some of the ones that I think are pretty cool. So we do have this nice Tropius here, which is pretty cool. I quite like that one with the little waterfall in the background, the water kind of going through underneath Tropius, kind of like it almost looks like Tropius is a tree branch there, kind of over the river. So there you go. Tropius is kind of a tree Pokemon, I guess, because he's got bananas there. So it's a banana tree that can fly, which is pretty cool. So we have that. We do have this nice Fomantis here. Pretty nice colors. You know, pretty cool card. I don't know if you really care much about this Pokemon, but yeah, there are definitely some nice artworks to be found within these sets. We have this Poltergeist, which is looking kind of ominous there. Some pretty cool colors. Almost looks like he's in some kind of like haunted, distorted world or something. He's like casting a spell on you. But yeah, pretty cool card there, pretty cool illustration. Sometimes you have to look for the cool artworks in the most basic cards. I mean, just looking at this, I mean, if this was an illustration rare and had an extended art, it would be considered incredibly cool probably. But it's just a regular uncommon card, but still, the artwork is very, very nice. Sometimes you just have to take the time to actually look at everything that's going on in the card. Like, look at the back here, we have some kind of like town there, kind of crooked town under an archway. We have this what's it called? Can't remember what it's called. Let me check. Sinistra, sorry, I always get them mixed up. Poltergeist and Sinistra, and Sinistee, and something else, I don't know. Anyway, it's pretty cool. It looks like it's making this lamp here levitate with its powers. And yeah, you have some items in the background there, like a mirror, some nice kind of a chandelier type, whatever you call it, with flames and candles. I don't know what it's called. There's a word for that item, that object, but I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, so yeah, you have to take the time to look at the artwork, actually like dive into it sometimes and appreciate the simplicity of just, you know, commons and uncommons. So I will get to what you guys want to see, and I will put a timestamp. If you do want to get to that really quickly, I'll put a timestamp. I'll put the time on screen now. So if you want to get to the illustration rares and all that, you can skip ahead and go look at that. So we have this Heaptran here, which is kind of cool. Pretty basic, you know, it's just like in a volcano with like lava erupting behind him. We do have this here. So we have Charcadet. And we do have this kind of recurring theme. There's like this black kind of like smoke or clouds kind of appearing in multiple cards. So you will see that in some of the other ones coming up. I'll try kind of pick those out. We have this Goldeen here, which is absolutely incredible. That's a beautiful artwork there. Really, really nice, you know. Kind of get that kind of serene koi carp in a pond vibe. Really nice colors. I just love this card, man. It's a simple card, but it's so beautiful. It'll be very easy to pull. It's only a common. So, yeah, man, there's some stuff to appreciate here. You know, if Seeking, Whalmer, Relicanth, Poplio, Brionne, Primarina. What else do we have? This Manectric is kind of cool, actually, with all the lightning coming down. Looks pretty cool pose, nice artwork, kind of hand-drawn style. I don't know if that really is hand-drawn, but looks like it, kind of. But yeah, that's pretty cool. We have, what else do we have? We have, this is kind of cool. The Miraidon is pretty cool. Kind of interesting colors going on there. Lots of electricity, that's for sure. But yeah, kind of cool artwork there. Pretty nice. Let's see. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, once again, just before I get to Slowbro, we have this black smoke again. So it has to do with, you know, it's called Pitch Black in English, Abyss Eye in Japanese. It's probably got something to do with Mega Darkrai, kind of like spreading darkness or something like that into the normal world. So there you have some more kind of black there. I don't know if that's what it is, but that's kind of what I gather, seeing that the theme of the set is Mega Darkrai. Here we have Slowbro, very, very cool artwork there. Kind of once again, darkness all around him. I don't know if that is the same idea that I've been talking about. But yeah, very, very cool art. Very cool colors in the background. I quite like the black kind of lines flowing through. Pretty awesome. Love Slowbro. I love my Gen 1. So, yep. We do have Bennett watching TV in some attic, it looks like. Looks like the colors from the TV are just kind of like beaming onto Bennett there and all the items in the background. But yeah, pretty cool artwork there. Definitely cool. I really like seeing these Pokemon just chilling like human beings there. That's kind of interesting. What else do we have? We have this little Marshadow, which is pretty cool, just kind of hiding in the woods. Imagine looking out your window at night and seeing that guy just staring at you. It'd be kind of creepy, kind of cute at the same time. Yeah, probably more creepy than cute, but yeah, pretty cool. What else? We have, you know, I'm not going to go over every single card. I'm going to go, well, here's the Mega Darkrai EX. Let's go over that. That's the poster boy. So pretty cool, nice colors there, pretty cool texture on these cards. So that'll look nice. It is kind of cool on this one because you don't, his big ass fat body isn't as obvious. You just kind of see his head with his eye and the kind of spikes or whatever those are. But yeah, what else do we, oh, this Inkay is very cool. Really nice colors there. So it's kind of like the skies behind it. It's almost like you're lying on the ground staring up at Inkay and you have all the stars and trees around him. Pretty nice. I like that one a lot. Really nice colors. Let's keep on going. There we go. We have some more black smoke with this little guy. Where else do we have that? Do we have that here? No. Here we go again. Look. Yeah, there's definitely a theme there. Smoke, black smoke. So yeah. This guy's kind of funny. Very, very basic. Interesting artwork. Kind of cool. Skarmory, that's a pretty cool one. We have, what else do we have? Picky Peck, Trumbeak. I do like Trumbeak actually, with a little waterfall in the background there. Got a waterfall going on there. Looks like some kind of tropical kind of environment. Really cool one there. And we're on to the trainer card, so not too bothered about that, to be honest. We have this Dark Bell. It's probably going to have some sort of use with the Mega Darkrai, maybe? I don't know. I don't play the game, so I just collect, so I have no idea. Maybe talking crap here, but here we have the illustration rare. So this is the part that everyone is probably waiting for. So 9 minutes in. Sorry, took a while. But yeah, we have some beautiful cards here. Fomantis, really nice, rich colors. It is a really, really cool card. Kind of reminds me of Lily's Clefairy a little bit there. You know, with the flowers, kind of like a flower field or prairie or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, nice card there. What else? Okay, this thing keeps popping up. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to get rid of that. There we go. So here we have an Armarouge. Pretty cool. Active pose. Pretty nice. Nothing incredible in my opinion, but, you know, this Goldeen, absolutely insane. Beautiful. Blue, red, white. Really nice color combo there. I love this card. This is a really, really nice card. Probably won't be very expensive. It might be at release, by the way. Keep in mind, guys, at release, these cards will be more expensive. So wait just a week or 2 or 3, and prices will drop eventually. So I know I'm talking about the Japanese cards here, and if you look at the Japanese, that's already happened. But for the English counterpart, be patient. Just wait a little bit if you want to buy the singles, and prices will probably fall a little bit. So yeah. This Primarina, I don't like this Pokemon really, to be honest. but this is a really, really nice artwork. And that's what's pretty cool with Pokemon is sometimes, or Pokemon cards, sometimes you don't really like the Pokemon, but the artwork on the card is really, really nice, so you can appreciate it in a different way. So that's kind of cool. What else do we have? We have this really cool Manectric there with a massive lightning bolt behind him there. And then all the electricity flowing around his body. Really nice card there. What else? Slowbro, sick card. We have that black smoke kind of, once again, hanging around him. But yeah, really cool card. What is he looking at? He's like fascinated by a street lamp or something. Very, yeah, definitely not the smartest Pokemon, I don't think. But yeah, fascinated, simple. If we could just be a bit more like Slowbro, I think everyone would be happier, you know. Just fascinated by simplicity of little basic things in life. So we have this Delmise, I think that's called Delmise? Yes, Delmise. Sitting at some kind of port there, so it's underwater, or half underwater. You have the water line there behind the text. And then we have a Shuppet, Banette, Sinistcha, and Sinistee kind of in the background there. Just staring at him. So all the ghost Pokemon chilling out. Pretty cool. We have this dude, Black Smoke, once again, jumping across the rooftops. Wonder if he's stolen something. Who knows? We have this, which is pretty cool. There's a Rude with it's really basic colors here. So we have black, green, red, but it's really effective and it makes for a really cool card. Really kind of dramatic with the colors there. Bastiodon. I'm going to go over all these, just take time with it. I hope you guys are okay with that, but I don't want to rush these videos. I don't want to just like meet a certain time that everyone kind of likes to watch more. I want to take the time to go over the things properly, talk about what I want to talk about, and I hope you guys enjoy that and don't mind. But yeah, that's just how I'm going to do things. So anyway, here we have Bastiodon in some kind of prehistoric looking environment. Obviously it's a fossil Pokemon, so yep, that's probably like a past kind of Bastiodon type artwork. Pretty cool. Then we have this Toucanon. Nice card, once again, tropical environment. Looks pretty angry, don't know why. You know, nice environment, why are you so angry? Be happy. And last but not least, we do have Silvally, which is a very cool card, really nice artwork, which joins up with Gladion, I believe that's the trainer. Might be mistaken, but we will find out in a little bit, which is a special illustration rare, and it matches up with this card, which is really cool. So let's take a look. Full art wise, you know, Wailord is pretty cool. You know, we have the Darkrai, Mega Darkrai, which is pretty cool. Mega Zeraora, Mega Chandelure, more Pico. Yeah, nothing crazy. The colors on Mega Darkrai are pretty cool. Wailord is pretty cool, I guess. Chandelure is pretty interesting. Mega Zeraora, yeah, he's alright. That's kind of really basic actually for the Rampardos, but I do like that kind of just simple background. Kind of reminds me of the good old days. But anyway, here we have all the items here, so I'm not going to bother really looking at those too much. We have Misty, which will probably be somewhat popular because it is Misty. And it is Gladion, that's the one, but that's not the card I'm talking about. The one I'm talking about is right here, and we will take a look at the other SIRs in just a little bit. So this matches up with the Silvally card. So it's not the first time they've done an art rare and a special art rare that match up. Sorry. We had the Latios and Latias from Surging Sparks. So there we go, that's happening again. But yeah, pretty cool. And let's take a look at the Mega Darkrai EX, the one that everyone's probably going to be chasing in this set. I apologize, I have something in my throat, which is annoying. Anyway, Mega Darkrai EX. Same illustrator that did Giratina from V-Star Universe, or Crown Zenith, as you know in English. Akira Agawa, which is a pretty popular artist. And this is very, very similar to the Mega Darkrai, not the Mega Darkrai, the Giratina. So, you see the kind of flowy artwork with the kind of lines kind of going like that. Very, very similar, so check that one out and you will see the similarities. But yeah, very, very cool artwork on this one. I really don't like Mega Darkrai, to be honest. I like the original Darkrai. But yeah, it is a cool card, I will admit that. And I'm sure a lot of people will be chasing after this one. And something to keep in mind is, let's just take a look at the prices. This is Japanese, but it started out 750, now it's at 426, and I wouldn't be surprised if it dropped further. I'm not sure, can't guarantee that, but honestly I think it'll probably be less than that as time goes on. So just keep that in mind when you're, damn, I closed the thing, I'll be back in a sec. Yeah, like I was saying, just be careful with the prices at release once again, I want to emphasize that. And we do have this really cool Morpeko there, bursting out of a pile of apple cores it looks like. We've got them flying around, so maybe he was just having a nice feast and someone disturbed him, and now he's pissed. But anyway, very cool artwork in my opinion, I do really like that one actually. It's interesting, and the colors are pretty cool, so yeah, nice one. Mega Zeraora I find very basic, honestly. So obviously, I guess the idea was to show just how much electric power this Pokemon has by throwing lightning all over the place, but yeah, it is pretty basic. It doesn't look like a full art, but not far off, like a regular full art. But yeah, it is a cool Pokemon, it is a cool card, and I'm sure with the texture it will look much more interesting than it does just flat on a screen like this. But yeah, pretty cool. Then we have Mega Chandelure, once again, pretty basic, you know, like it's a black background. I don't know what the texture is going to be like. You can see the texture of the flames there, and the Pokemon is kind of appreciated from what I understand. So yeah, pretty cool card. And if you guys find that Pitch Black is too expensive in English, don't hesitate to go and buy the Japanese counterpart. The cards are really nice, you have some really nice texture on them, so something to keep in mind. And then we do have the Mega Darkrai Gold card. Yeah, pretty boring in my opinion, but that's my opinion. Maybe some of you guys completely disagree. I know that in person these cards pop, they look pretty nice, but yeah, I just find it kind of basic. I don't think they're any better than, you know, the hyper rares that we had before. It's always the same background, the same kind of circle pattern in the back with the Pokemon in front, so yeah, I don't find them that special to be honest, apart from the fact that they're really rare. So yeah, up to you guys if you want to chase that card or not. But yeah, it might be worth buying just as is because of how rare it is and how much you're probably going to spend trying to get it out of packs. But yeah, overall, that is Pitch Black, or Abyss Eye, and what Pitch Black is going to look like. And so what are my thoughts on the set? As an investor, or as if you compare it to other sets, I'd say it is somewhat mid. That being said, I do think the cards and the artworks are really nice, and there are no bad sets. I always say that there are no bad sets. The artworks in the set are absolutely amazing. So when I say the set is mid, what I'm talking about is whether or not there are some really chase-worthy Pokemon, really popular Pokemon, because that's kind of what most people will base. You know, that's how people will kind of rank sets, whether they're S tier, kind of mid, or, you know, not so good. So in terms of actual chase Pokemon, there isn't too much in here. I don't know if Mega Darkrai EX is gonna be like a proper chase, but I mean, there's nothing in here that's like, you know, Mewtwo, Charizard, Mew, Umbreon, Gengar kind of level, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm basing this off of when I say it's mid. I am not saying it's a bad set, just to be clear. This is an awesome set, like every single set that Pokemon releases, especially these days with all the art rares and special art rares. So if you like the cards in the set and you want to collect this set, go for it. Don't let anyone tell you that the set isn't good. One thing I want to consider is the fact that this will probably be quite expensive as it releases, so you're probably going to be paying around 200 plus per booster box, and I don't know what the pack price is going to be, but with that in mind, I would personally want to buy other things. I don't want to buy this set personally, and I won't, because it's too expensive for the cards inside, in my opinion, and there's nothing in this set that I'd really want to pay that much money for. I mean, I really like the Goldeen here, and the Slowbro, and you know, that's pretty much all I really care about in this set. So I definitely wouldn't go out and buy that, but that's just me. As an investor, I do think that there are better places to put your money. If this costs $200 or more, I think you could put that elsewhere into some other sets that are more popular or have more chase-worthy Pokemon, so that will grow more over time. And obviously we don't know how much these things are going to be worth over time, that's just time that will tell, but generally speaking, sets with popular Pokemon are going to be worth more in a few years' time, because that's what people really want. They want to pull the Pokemon that they really enjoy, and the fact is that most people enjoy the same Pokemon overall. So yeah, keep that in mind if you're looking to invest in this set. Maybe it's not the best one to invest in. If you're able to buy a bit of everything, go for it. If you have to pick and choose, pick something else maybe. And as a collector, once again, there are no bad sets. If you enjoy this set, maybe buy a booster box, open it up, fill out the main set, and then go buy some singles. Just wait a week, 2, maybe 3, and wait for the prices to kind of like cool down a little bit, and then maybe go and pick out the cards that you really want to have in your collection. But yeah, that's my advice for this. It's pretty much the same advice in every single video, because it's just the same every time. And the past 3 sets have been somewhat mid, once again, by most people's standards. And so the advice has been pretty much the same. It's like, I wouldn't invest in this, but if you like the set, maybe buy a few packs or a booster box if you can, or a few ETBs, and then just go buy the singles and don't ruin yourself financially trying to pull every single one of the cards that you want in the set, because a lot of them will be affordable. The Mega Darkrai is going to be expensive, but the rest are relatively affordable in Japanese, and they probably won't be excessive in English. But yeah, only time will tell. We'll have to wait and see when it releases. And yeah, I hope this video helped you out. I hope it wasn't too long for you guys. And you know, it's up to you to decide at the end of the day. What I'd be doing is honestly keeping some money aside for the 30th anniversary and Delta Rain, which is the Mega Rayquaza set that's going to be releasing in November in English. Those are the sets that I would be holding out for if you're an investor, or if you want to open and you like those kinds of Pokemon, if you like Mega Rayquaza, or you like some of the cards that are going to be in the 30th anniversary. That's what I'm waiting for, personally. Once again, you guys decide what you want to do. But yeah, I hope the video helped, hope you enjoyed it, I hope you liked looking at these cards, taking a bit of time to look at some of the illustrations. I know I went over the ones that I like, but yeah, guys, take the time, look at the cards, look at the commons, look at the uncommons, and appreciate them. Appreciate every card in the set. There's not only the SARs, there's not only the illustration rares or the full arts or anything like that. Just basic common cards sometimes have some of the best art. So take the time, dive into the artwork, enjoy it, and yeah, you'll appreciate Pokemon card collecting a lot more that way, in my opinion. So give it a try. Don't fly through all the commons and uncommons. Actually take the time to appreciate them. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you do want to see future videos. And I will be getting back to openings at some point, but I don't know when. Anyway, it will happen at some point. But thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, take care. Peace out. Bye.